Alright, here is part 2 of how to do the Red Hot Chili Peppers Under the Bridge. So, in part 1, I just did the intro because it's pretty hard, so I broke that down. Now I'm going to do the chords. So let me play the intro one more time, but make sure that you go check out part 1 if you didn't learn it yet. So. There was the intro that I did in part 1, and after that you end up on this F sharp major chord. All you do is just slide up to the 12th fret. So this is the 2nd fret. Use the same shape. This is E major. Then you slide to 7th fret, B major. Then you go to the 9th fret and you do a minor chord. So make sure you get rid of your middle finger. Then you slide the minor chord down to the 4th fret. This is G sharp minor. Then you go to the 5th fret, A major. And that's it. So this is what I want to mainly focus on in this part. So it's E major, 12th fret. Now there's 2 ways to do it. Like in the real song, they don't strum that much. Like they just kind of go like. Something like that. But when you're playing by yourself without other tracks going on, it sounds cooler to be like. So that's how I'm going to teach it in this, because normally most people are playing this by themselves. It sounds way cooler to do that. So E major, 12th fret, 7th fret, B major bar chord, 9th fret, C sharp minor. So make sure middle finger moves it up. Then you do it down here, 4th fret, then major. Now the right hand, so you can really see it. When you're playing by yourself, it's like. So after you do it 4 times, then you play this chord. So what this is a E major 7. It's a pretty easy chord to do. You just put your first finger on 7, 3rd finger on 9, middle finger on 8, pinky on 9, and you bar the top. And you just strum like that. So one kind of easy way to do it, if you've never done it before, is you start with the power chord, move your pinky up, and then put your middle finger in between. It's got like this triangle shape right here. You can even hit this bass note if you want a little bass in there, because this note is E, because it's the E major 7 chord, and this is E. I usually just play the top of it though, because that's how it sounds in the song. So 12th fret, E major, 7th fret, B major, 9th fret, minor, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, 4th fret, 5th fret, A major. So one way, like, I memorize chord progressions real fast, I'll just do the bass a few times. So 12, 7, 9, 4, 5, 7th fret on the A string. And I'll do that along with the song like once when I first hear it, and then I'll think major chord, minor, minor, major, major 7. So that's it. What I want to do though is, so hopefully you're following along and did part 1, because that's way harder. So I'm going to do part 1 and then part 2. Kind of like a accumulation of the different parts. So part 1 was the intro. So we get both hands in frame. this is kind of weird. For a long time, I always thought this chord was major. Some tabs have this as G sharp major, but if you really listen to it, a couple tabs have it as minor, and it is minor. Like if you play this note along with it, it definitely is a minor chord. It just happens only once. So anyway, whoops. There we go. And major 7. So real quick, sometimes it's useful to think about the transition. So the transition, the last part right here was. So what they do is and then you just slide up. So the last thing I would say is a lot of my students haven't seen this before, this chord, like people that I teach this to. So they'll be like, and there'll be a huge pause because they're trying to get their fingers to get set up. So if you haven't played this major 7 chord, just go like this. First get it set up as slow as you need to. So make sure it's set up. And then what you want to do is have your fingers here. This is a good trick for learning new chord shapes. And then just lift them all up and put them back down. Because what you're doing is you're training your muscles. So you lift them up and back down. You just keep doing this. And you can lift them out farther. That's harder. But you're training your muscles. Because if you think about it, when you change chords, your fingers relax. Then they have to form the shape in the air before they come down, instead of doing what I call the spider, where you have to go like that. So just do this until you can do it. And once you got it, then try to go. And notice the same feeling, but you gotta train your muscles to be able to do it. Another trick I kind of do actually is, instead of bringing my fingers up here, that's ridiculous, you just go kind of like, I'm using my muscle memory to know where to go, but I'm sliding my fingers along the strings, like very faintly. Like, and sometimes if you get that, you can't do that if you get that sound, but I don't know if you can see that. So my fingers kind of slid along the strings into place instead of having to go in the air. Yeah, I think I do that a lot. Alright, so in the next part, I'm going to do like that part plus like a variation on this part. Those would go well together, then I'll do the ending. So, yeah, and if anyone has any questions or like wants to see something more in detail, like some of these bar chords or like that major 7, then just let me know and I'll put up a video just about that topic, because this song is definitely more of an intermediate guitar song. Like if you're a beginner, this is definitely a hard song to learn. That's why I'm partly breaking it into parts. Because if you're advanced, you probably don't even need these videos. You could just look at the tab. But if you're intermediate, I'm hoping splitting it up like this is helpful. If you're a beginner, you might need like more tips on everything. Okay.